UFC, Kelvin Gastelum joins fight week ahead of his next matchup at UFC Shanghai. Michael Bisping hasn't had an enjoyable time in the UFC over his last two fights. Losing his middleweight title to Georges St-Pierre at UFC 217 only a few weeks ago and now being demolished at the hands of Kelvin Gastelum at a fight night in Shanghai. Bisping decided it was a good idea to stand and trade blows with Gastelum, a man who possesses an iron chin and hands of stone. After landing a few decent counters, the aggressive Gastelum finally landed the killer blow as a powerful left hand caught Bisping flush on the chin and sent him crumpling to the canvas like a piece of discarded paper. The second straight loss could potentially be the final straw for Bisping. However, he has made it clear that he'd like to finish his career in front of his home fans. "There's a fight card on in London," Bisping said of the March 2018 card, for Peter Carroll of MMA Fighting. "I would love to be on that. I would love to be a part of that, to say thank you to the British people who supported me and have my last fight there." Speaking after the fight, the victorious Gastelum acknowledged the magnitude of the victory he had just achieved. "This is the biggest win of my career. The biggest win of my life. I'm thankful for my family back home and the fans here." Gastelum said. "Could Gastelum now be the next opponent for Australia's own Robert Whittaker at the main event in UFC 221 in Perth?" He called out the interim middleweight champion after the dominant performance. "I heard Robert Whittaker needs a main event opponent over in Australia for February and I'm up for the challenge." Gastelum said at the post-fight press conference, "You guys say I beat up all the elderly, and Robert Whittaker is definitely not elderly. He's probably my age. So I am up for that challenge." While the ideal scenario is for Whittaker to square off against GSP, the Canadian is non-committal about when his next fight may be and Gastelum is ready to step up. GSP said it himself, "Anything can happen in the sport of MMA," said Gastelum. "I feel like Robert Whittaker and I should be next. We're two young guys, we haven't even hit our prime yet. I just beat the guy who was the guy, so I feel I should be next." The fight between the two big hitters would be a tantalizing affair if the UFC were to make it happen,